That is interesting, actually, how you do that, because when you're cracking a joke and you really can't see the feedback or hear the feedback or feel the feedback, it's hard to kind of build the energy off of that. I mean, and I'm kind of curious, Joel, when I don't know if I asked you this, but first of all, how did you learn about comedy? Because in the classes before COVID, they were teaching you just to do live stage performances, right? And then there was some digital stuff, obviously, but and maybe being on a set without an audience. But how did you learn how to overcome that? Did you just do it naturally?
Well, naturally is how you start, but then you can refine it. And there are some rules to writing comedy. And so there are some common trigger points for laughter. And I took some classes from some stand-up comics in California. I took them online where they teach you the rules of comedy. And so, for example, you don't just sit down and you write a joke. Here's what you do. You write a story that interests you. So whatever it is, a story, like you go on the news or some case that's out there, you just find a story that interests you and then you write about that story. Now, there are some common trigger points for laughter. I mentioned self-deprecation is one. There's also another one, which is surprise, incongruity. Whenever you can take two concepts that don't seem to be fit and you kind of make them fit or find the connections to incongruent topics, you mesh them together. That's a common trigger point for laughter. So then you go through your story and you look for opportunities to input that into your storyline. Where can I put surprise, misdirection? Take two incongruent topics and put them together. And then you tell the story with those common trigger points for laughter. And that's when you get your comedy set. And this next step is critical. I recommend you do this and all of your listeners. Go to a local comedy club, do open mic night. It's only 3 minutes long. It's not going to kill you. And then just try your set. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to bomb and you're going to fall flat on your face, but you'll get a little bit of laughter on maybe some of your jokes. Do it again the next night at a different comedy club. Seinfeld does this. Seinfeld will take his set, his joke, and he'll go to 7 nights a week, 7 different comedy clubs, and keeps trying that same 3-minute bit over and over and over until he gets that 3-minute bit down. And then once he gets 60 minutes of those, he has his next comedy special.
It's interesting.
That's a good tidbit.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see you on stage.
Oh, dude, like, a couple of our friends are already doing already. So it's just easy for me to take that logical next step, actually.
I'm coming in hot. Can you hear the sound? Yeah, nothing I reach can't stop me now. I'm in control. I'm in control.